Cooking. I'm John Pisto. My co-host cousin Patrick Mercurio.
Hello.
Patrick. Patrick is living in Corsica, and he's our host, and he's been showing us around. Now, we've come to the very special place called the...
Étang de Diane.
Say it again.
Étang de Diane.
And the name of the restaurant is...
Les pieds dans l'eau.
Which
Foot,
means...
Foot in the water.
Foot in the water.
You're going to see it.
Now, if you see behind us, you'll see that the restaurant is literally in the water. It's on floats. It's quite charming. This restaurant specializes, or this lagoon is what it is an oyster farm. Oysters, mussels, sea snails, and they say some lobsters. The interesting thing is, Patrick, do you realize that this has been growing oysters here since the time of the Romans?
To the Roman, and they used to clean all the meat and leave the shell, and that's create a natural mountain, little hill
amazing.
in the middle of the lake.
Amazing. And the meat, they used to take the meat out of the shell, and they used to pack it in vinegar and oil or salt, pack them in foras, and it would all go back to Rome. I mean, the Romans were big oyster eaters and mussel eaters. They loved shellfish. And the French people, to this day, love their coquillage, which is the big trays of oysters and mussels and snails and all this on a beautiful tray, raw, with a little bit of lemon, a little bit of vino.
Little spice of pepperoncino.
Oh,
little spice.
man, I tell you, it's delicious. Now, it's about 12 o'clock. We haven't eaten a lot of breakfast because we really want to show you some gusto in this today. And Patrick and I both happen to like oysters on the half shell and mussels and all the coquillage and maybe a little wine. So follow us down and let's go to the restaurant, okay? Come on. Okay, Patrick, what do you think? I'm starving now. I'm here. Oh, we talked to Carmen. It's going to take our order for us. Okay, I think we're going to have the big seafood assortment of shellfish. Okay, let's get 2 of those.
Les huîtres, alors 2 plateaux complets.
Okay, and then I think we need some order of octopus.
De poulpe.
Salade de poulpe.
Salade de poulpe.
Uno.
Une.
And then some filet d'anchovy.
Filet d'anchois, bien sûr.
Ooh, okay, then we need 1 coquille Saint-Jacques.
Coquille Saint-Jacques.
Une.
Lorette, vous avez?
Oui, grande bouteille.
Voilà, grande bouteille.
Okay.
Deux grandes
And
bouteilles.
the water. What we have here, look out, look, little shrimps look like Monterey prawns, Ronnie. But look at the oysters, nice and plump. And look at these mussels. Who likes mussels? Raw mussels, delicious. And oysters, okay. This is a mignonette. It's a vinegar with shallots, black pepper, mayonnaise, and I think a tartar sauce. Nope. It's an aioli. Garlic and mayonnaise. That's killer. The mussels are superb. Mussels are the best. I mean, they're delicious. Everything's good. Let's see if the bread's any good. The wine is a very, very dry wine. That's from this area. Some of our Monterey County wines would go very well with this. Okay, we're going to eat now. See you later. Oh, I can use some hot sauce. Look at these mussels. Beautiful. Garlic. Now, these are anchovies, salted, that they take it out, they soak them, and then they fry olive oil with garlic and pour it over the top. Now, I want you to watch Patrick's face as he eats this, because I know him. I know what he likes. Watch this. This is the best. Huh? Huh? Is that unbelievable? Never had it like this.
Look at those muscles.
Man, give muscles. Okay, next.
Watch me.
Look at that. Yeah, nice and plump. Okay, now look at the pulpo. Pulpo, for those of you that don't know what it is octopus. You see, here's the body. There's one of the little tentacles. All right. So I'll try these and see what. Oh, these are nice. It's got a nice little bite to them. I can see. Oh man, unbelievable. We're gonna have our lunch here. When we come back, we're gonna be in Monterey, and I'm gonna show you how to cook one of these dishes. Not sure which one yet, but stay tuned. Well, we're at the Scheid Winery, and let me introduce you to Heidi Scheid. Heidi?
Hi, good to see you.
How are you?
Great.
Heidi, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about Scheid Vineyards, because you got quite an interesting story.
Great.
Okay?
Well, I would love to.
Good.
Well, we're a very large wine grape grower, but a very small winery. We farm about 6,000 acres of farm grapes, which is equivalent to about 1.5 million cases of wine. About 99% of that we sell to other wineries located in Napa and Sonoma counties, as well as the Central Coast. The remaining 1%, we make about 3,000 cases of custom, handcrafted wine, the best wine that we can make.
And I know we buy a lot of it because they're one of our sponsors, plus it is one of my favorite wines also. Heidi, behind you, what do we have going on here?
Well, here we have a couple of our Pinot Noir barrels from this recent vintage. We've just harvested this Pinot Noir from our Riverview Vineyard in Monterey County. And I can steal some for you with this wine thief if you'd like to try some.
Okay, so what we're tasting here is wine that was put in the barrel, not that long ago?
Nope, just a couple weeks ago.
Okay. So this is still fermenting, and as you can see, it's a little cloudy.
It is, which indicates that it's still undergoing fermentation. But we get excellent color extraction with our Riverview Pinot Noir.
Still thick. Boy, I'd like to cook with some of this. I bet it'd be very,
well, we
very
can arrange
good.
for that.
Yep, the fruit's coming through. It's delicious, nice and thick and rich. No, very good. Yep, I like it.
Well, good.
Heidi, thank you very much. I really enjoyed being shown around the winery.
My pleasure.
These are one of my favorite places.
Great.
Folks, if you want to learn more, click on to
Scheidwines.com
or pisto.com, and it'll take you there. And thanks again. And when we come back, we're going to be in the kitchen cooking. Boy, wasn't that interesting? I tell you, when we found this place in Corsica, man, I was one happy guy. I guess you could tell by the smile. I thought maybe I'd show you folks how to make a few of the oyster dishes. Real simple, you know, and nowadays we have such a variety of oysters. I went down to Sal Tringali down at Monterey Fish, and he got me some, these are Blue Points. These are from the East Coast. Then we have West Coast variety. These are called Hama-Hamas from Washington. Okay, see how different they are? See, the shells are quite different. And these all taste different too. And these are the Pacifics, quite large. Right? These get very big. These are ones they use for barbecuing. And I said, well, let's, I'd like to try, we'll try some of these different oysters. And we got a couple kinds of mussels. Over there, the ones they were growing were only the blacks. And they're European blacks. These are different. These are not a European black, okay? This is a Pacific type of mussel. And then we have this one from New Zealand, all right? And these come alive to you, and these are very, very hardy. They're a bigger mussel. They're beautiful shell. Of course, they're called green lip or emerald. Okay, so to do oysters, if you're going to bake them and stuff, what you got to do first is you got to open them. So instead of fighting, and this is what you need. Okay, you need an oyster knife. And the correct way, let me show you, I'll do one just to show you, is in the back, the oysters has a hinge, and there's a little hole right in here, and they all have them. You see, this one has it here, and you always the way people get injured opening oysters is usually right here. What they'll do is they'll go like this, and it slips, and boom, it'll hit right here. Luckily, you don't do too much damage. You just get a little hole in your skin. But the correct way is, you can see it, Dan. You get into that little groove, and you just start pushing. Then, if that doesn't work, you go in from the side. Okay, right at where the shoys, and you twist. You see how I twist that? And then, very carefully, go on top. I'm trying to make this look real pretty for you. And cut the shell, or the abductor muscle. You see, so it comes out looking very, very nice. See how pretty that is? Okay, so that's how you open them by hand. But what you want is you want to cook them a little bit. And the easy way is, and I'll do a little bit of all of them, is you put them in a hot oven and you just let them pop. Okay, so that'll take a minute or so. Let me do that. So, put them in the pan, and you got an oven going about 400 degrees, and all you want to do is have these pop, so they're easier to handle, okay? So I'd say maybe 10 minutes you check them. While those are cooking, let's get started on the sauce. We're going to do, instead of using spinach, this is going to be oysters in a champagne sauce, and the bottom's supposed to be spinach, but I'm going to use mush. This is a brand new product that's out, and I love it because it has a real lemony flavor to it. And it's available now, and we're going to just wilt that. But let's make the cream sauce, or the champagne sauce first, and I'm going to have a chunky one. And this is one of the few times you're going to see me not using garlic, folks. And I'm going to use shallot instead. Okay, that'll go in there. Okay, we just want to sweat that just a little bit, and a fair amount of butter. We add a little bit of flour. This is going to be a cream sauce, so it's going to be on the little thick side. Cook the rawness out of the flour. Pinch of salt now. Okay. To move this along, I would say give this 10 minutes, and don't do it on high heat. Okay, low heat. And you want this the flour to cook off, otherwise it'll have that raw flour taste. Now we're adding champagne. Now champagne's got a lot of acid in it, so it's going to give it a nice little tart flavor. Okay, a little bit more. Give it a good cup and a half. Okay, then we add heavy cream. That's pretty easy. Now, let's give it a pinch of nutmeg and a pinch of cayenne pepper. Don't use Tabasco because it's got vinegar in it. You want these to be a little on the spicy side. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just wilt this a little bit. Give it a little bit of salt. Now, spinach works real well at this too. Okay, let's check on the oysters. They should be easy to open now. Yeah, you see they're starting to open. Let's do a one Pacific. The Pacific, see they pop real easy. There's a 1/4 pounder for you. Oh, look at that. This one has an oyster starting to form. Has a pearl. See that? It's the beginning of a pearl. This one you can charge double. Okay, we got that. Oh, okay, let's get a blue point. Okay. All right. these. So you get the drift, right, folks? To fabricate, you put some of the mush like that. Let's do it all. Okay. Now that. Like I said, cream spinach works very good. Okay, like this. And then place it here. Now you notice I put rock salt underneath, and that's to hold it steady so it doesn't, they don't wobble. Okay. Doesn't this look good, folks? Okay. So you fill it up, and then this goes into a hot broiler. Okay, so let's do that. So what you do, you get a little piece of butter, like this, like this, like this. Just put a drop of champagne in there. Don't shake up the bottle while you're doing this, otherwise you're going to decorate your kitchen with champagne bubbles. Okay, champagne. And then cover it with seasoned breadcrumbs. Now the breadcrumbs have fresh garlic, some cheese, parsley, and then a little bit of oil in there. Okay, and do not pack it down. And those go under the broiler. All right? I mean, this takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Don't walk away from it. Okay? There you go. So, these are two easy and fast ways to prepare oysters. You got baked oysters and baked mussels. And when we come back, I'm going to show you a crab dish. Okay? So stay tuned. You know, I've done this before, folks, but you know, I want to show you again because a lot of people have been writing in and asking me for these for the marinated crab recipe. So I'm going to show you again. All right, it's real simple. These are Dungeness crabs for those of you that the rest of the United States. I don't know if you get these or not. Get them live and cook them yourself. 12 minutes a pound, or you can buy them cooked. I bought these already cooked, and I'm going to show you how simple this is to handle. And don't let the guys crack them for you because what they end up doing is rinsing them under fresh water, and all that beautiful saltiness is gone because these are cooked in salt water, okay? And once the salt water is washed off, it tastes flat, and it's hard to really put it back in. So, you know, this is all crab butter in here. It's all edible. Getting rid of that because we're going to eat some of it. I'm going to make a sauce. Now, look, this is very simple. You grab this, and you just, like this. Okay, now this is the other shell that's already forming. Folks, this is good to eat. It's delicious. Okay, let's drain that out. And then the inside, as you can see, is all this custard. Now this has some, but we want that. And you taste this, it tastes just like butter. It's the flavor is like the crab flavor, but 4 times as strong. Now to crack these, look, just one shot. Whoop, you crack them too much, what'll happen is you're gonna mash them. You don't want to do that. See how I did it? I just kind of slapped it. Okay, look, let me show you again. This is very important. You see, that's cracked. Or you can make everybody crack their own. See? You see? Let me show you what I do with this here. Now, you see the knuckle? Cut in between the knuckle. Now, what you got is all meat. You see this? Believe it or not, there's a lot of people who don't know how to eat this yet. See, this all comes out in one big chunk. And you got to eat these with your hands. No other way. Now, make the sauce. Fresh garlic. Use as much as you like. Chop it up real good. Okay. There's fresh garlic. Now we're going to put vinegar. Okay, check how much you got. Let's put some lemon. Half a lemon. Then we got extra virgin olive oil. Black pepper. Check for salt. It may need just a little bit. Now, you mash this down. You see? Go like this, like this. Now, you want this to be vinegary. All right? Parsley. You have got a true Italian California dish here. This is a real thing. It's marinated crab with the garlic and the vinegar, and believe me, it's delicious. Okay, so this is, I guess we should call this a Shellfish Lovers episode. If you like these, I hope you enjoy them, and we'll see you next time.